Salve a tutti ragazzi e benvenuti in questo nuovo video di Arise. Bene, sono dal mercante e finalmente riusciamo a fare qualcosina per lui. Era ora, direte sì. Manca solo chi sta lo strade lucente. Vabbè, ci mancano 2 o 3 cosine ancora e siamo a posto. Però per il resto dovremmo essere a cavallo. Vai, anche questo. Questo qui sempre Zano, vabbè, questo non lo so dov'è, però comunque piano piano stiamo riuscendo a fare un po' tutto e sono contento di questo perché era anche ora. E quindi adesso vado a considerare questo, ci vediamo fra poco. Ed eccoci qui, insomma sì, vediamo un po' cosa ci dice.
Ok.
Come procede la caccia di Zegulsibia? Beh, ne abbiamo sistemati tutti, i vostri pesci sono sicuro. Ottima notizia, significa che non morivo più di fame. Comunque adoro pescare, nulla supera soddisfazione di gettare l'amo e immersersi nella natura. A dire il vero, noi usiamo le reti, è molto più pratico. Voi cosa? Loro preferiscono la quantità, avete tutti i brividi di quello uno contro uno. Due differenti filosofie a confronto. Se mai ti interessa, ti servisse un compagno di pesca, conta su di me. Dohalim. Oh, la situazione sta diventando rovente. Non farti sfuggire la preda, campione. Comunque, grazie per l'aiuto con quegli Zegul. Finalmente potremo pescare in pace. Perfetto. Ottimo. E siamo a posto.
Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara.
Sì. Sotto il giudizio gli ho detto. Allora io devo andare un attimo alla locanda per riposare un attimo, però potrei andarci anche dunque, perché io devo andare assolutamente qua perché c'è un gufo da qualche parte, non ho capito dove, e quindi vado un attimo qua, mi riposo e vado a ritroso per arrivare là per vedere se si fa qualcosa. Vedete? C'è un gufo da queste parti, quindi vorrei vedere. Riposiamoci.
Maybe I'll get some training in before we eat.
Ok, riposa. Cucina, sì, cucina qualcosa, ma non so bene cosa a sto punto. Che avete esperienza, ma sì, proviamo questo e... questo va.
Good food is the best kind of magic.
Perfetto. Vai, Lingual.
Mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah.
Bene, ho fatto più confidenza con Ringo, meno male. Adesso vediamo come andare
Night,
avanti.
everyone.
Notte, notte. Vediamo un po'. Perfetto.
I want to go back to bed.
Quale letto? Che non c'era il letto qui, insomma sì. Guardo giusto velocemente, ma non penso che sia cambiata la solfa. Ah, ok, questo è a posto. Questo è a posto, questo è a posto, niente da fare, questo qui niente, come al solito niente. Ok, andiamo pure. Vado e ci vediamo fra poco. Ed eccoci qua. Vediamo cosa dice.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
Che carina. Ok, riposiamo. Cioè, riposiamo per forza, non posso fare altro. Cioè, nel senso. Cosa facciamo? Non lo so, sapete, facciamo questa, dai, facciamo questa. Ok. Siamo a posto. Va bene, adesso provo, vedo, faccio, insomma, dico. E vediamo che succede. Oh.
Alone.
down.
Che cazzo sta facendo?
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
Tutto ciò è veramente strano.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah, but still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
Accidenti, accidenti. Allora, andiamo un po', passiamo e andiamo a vedere sto gufo dove cazzo è. Allora, secondo me è qua. Se non è qua, mi tocca andare in giro. Io non l'ho trovato, quindi mi tocca andare in giro a vedere se lo trovo, perché non ha più piccionato, piccione. E quindi ci vediamo fra poco. Boh, non sono riuscito a trovarlo. Secondo me in quella zona dell'acqua bisogna andare sott'acqua e non ho ancora l'abilità. Perché non ho veramente idea di come fare, sinceramente. Pecora. E cosa mi dai? Cane di pecora, vabbè, che domande. Vabbè, e quindi dicevo, non ho idea, ragazzi, boh, non so proprio cosa dirvi, non ho trovato niente, quindi andrò avanti così. Sono tornato indietro, sempre il solito. Andiamo là, vediamo che succede, perché io più di così non posso farci niente. Ho detto, o è di sotto, come vi ho detto, nell'acqua, oppure è di sotto dell'acqua, cioè, non c'è niente. Altro che dica, l'ho girato 2 volte il posto e non ho trovato niente.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Che carina. Ma è proprio amabile, affabile, ma porca to. Vabbè, è andata così. Quindi puoi starmi sul cazzo tranquillamente? Beh, allora è un piacere parlare con te. Che cosa dici questa?
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
Sì. Puoi starmi sul cazzo tranquillamente. Ma cosa dici? Ok. Vabbè. Ok.
In a bind?
Leave the enemy's arts to me.
No complaints here.
Perfetto.
I shall ensure you survive this. Resonate with you. Stalagmite. I'm not done. Eat dirt.
This one's mine. Make it right.
In an instant.
Ottimo.
Impact crop.
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
Ah, bene, fa piacere insomma. Che stia tremando di un buon segno. Bah, dite, non lo so.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought.
Perfetto.
Sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
C'è un cazzo, non c'è. Ok. Non posso ricordare la mappa. Ok, vediamo un po'. È molto lineare, insomma, nel senso. Oh, magari dopo, Ah, non posso andare, no, dicevo che c'era. Salve, mamma mia, quanti siete brutti. Siete brutti, 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 Ok. I salterini. Ok.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Io ci sto provando a fare quello che dice, però proprio non ci riesco. Non ci riesco proprio, non lo so. L'ho sempre fatto, però insomma.
There's tons you can do.
Take this. Now, how about in an instant.
Ok.
Impact crop. We work well together. Like a finely timed waltz.
Oh, era tu Pimeroni, tessati in testa e manica. Che è sta roba così? Astrusamente astrusa. Già boia. Già boia, però glielo suonate.
No complaints from me.
Ok. E quindi? E quindi devo andare di qua. Perfetto. Oh, salve. Lei è? Una gelatina all'arancia, deve essere gustosissima. Vabbè ragazzi, dai, ci vediamo qua. Se lo faccio un video troppo lungo, come mio solito, io non so frenarmi. E quindi come al solito vi invito a lasciare un like e un commento se vi piace la serie, fammi sapere cosa ne pensate. Allora, sono solo SHIVA. Ciao ciao!